A popular Austin bar on Rainey Street has agreed to pay a hefty fine for serving the liquor that may have contributed to a deadly car crash into Lady Bird Lake back in July of last year.
25-year-old Texas State grad Ryan Whittington was killed in that accident. The driver of the car, Madeline Rackley, is accused of intoxication manslaughter. Outside the Lustre Pearl tonight, KXAN's David Scott has reaction from the bar and government investigators.
After that deadly crash, the TABC investigated extensively. They wanted to know what happened and who was responsible. Ultimately, they gave the Lustre Pearl bar a choice. Have your liquor license suspended for 45 days or pay a fine of $40,000 to $500. The bar chose the fine. It happened at 2 a.m., the night of July 1st. Authorities say an inebriated Madeline Rackley drove into Lady Bird Lake. She and another woman up front survived. Ryan Whittington in the back seat did not. Rackley faces an intoxication manslaughter charge. And after a government investigation, Lustre Pearl faces a big fine.
What we look for are receipts, and we interview witnesses. We typically will interview the bartender or bartenders and wait staff. We'll interview friends who were there or other patrons who might have been there and seen the behavior of the person who was being served.
The Lustre Pearl's owner will pay the fine. In a statement, the bar says, "We're pleased the TABC agreed revocation of our license is not appropriate in this case. All bar employees are trained and certified by the TABC with supplemental training with licensed alcohol education instructors." The TABC hopes this punishment sends a message to other bars.
It's one way that we can communicate with them that having a permit is a privilege and responsibility comes along with that.
Sadly, nothing will bring Ryan Whittington back, but hopefully a lot of people learned a lesson from this tragedy. And as for the Lustre Pearl, they've only had minor infractions before this, but now the TABC says they will be monitored openly and by undercover agents. On Rainey Street, David Scott, KXAN News.
How this agreement with TABC affects the other bars in the Rainey Street area still up in the air tonight. The owner of the Lustre Pearl is Bridget Dunlap. According to her website, she has 3 other bars on Rainey Street or in that immediate area, and this does not even include a 4th bar currently being built.
One of those bars also in a high-profile legal issue is Clive Bar. Currently, Clive Bar is the target of multiple lawsuits regarding a claim of over-serving. Gabrielle Nestande got out of jail last month after her conviction for criminally negligent homicide. That's following the death of Courtney Griffin. Griffin was hit and killed by Nestande's SUV, with Nestande behind the wheel in West Austin. Nestande and her boyfriend are also named in the lawsuit. They were drinking at Clive Bar in May of 2011 prior to the accident. Something you may not have realized, TABC actually has 38 bars, clubs, restaurants, and convenience stores in Austin who have violations for giving alcohol to someone who is already drunk. Most of these establishments were given written warnings or small fines totaling less than $3,000. You can also see the venues are located all across Austin, but there is a large group here centered along 6th Street.